All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Stella Okosiboje, and I am the Programs and Membership Lead for PRWF. And PRWF is a global social enterprise that was set up to strengthen the leadership of public relations and communications, and also improve the economic relevance of public relations. And we do this by building elite communities, globally mobile talent, and high-level capacity platforms for communications professionals and institutions. So for our training and convenings, the Public Relations Student Summit is one way we train students, and we have our annual convening, that is the Experiencing Public Relations, whereby we bring in professionals, communications professionals, business leaders, and public sector leaders into the room to discuss why public relations is a necessity for every organization to grow. Again, I'm Stella, and it is lovely to meet everyone on the call. I have with me our two speakers, Nur Asfia and Similoluwa Fayanju. Thank you so much. Out of your busy schedule, you decided to honor us with. Out of your busy schedules, you decided to honor us with your time, and we're really grateful. Thank you so much. We'll just get right into today's programs while we wait for others to join in. The session is recorded, so everyone can go back to this session and listen to it, gain insight from it, and also implement some of the insights that we shared today. We'll upload it on our YouTube channel and share the links across the groups for people to listen in and learn from the session. Eleanor, I can see you now. So according to our agenda, I've talked about the foundation. So we also have country ups. Our first country up, we have Nigerian Women in Public Relations, and we have air schools that pilot the day-to-day activities of the country up. We are expanding to other regions because our target is Africa and Asia. So we have an address to the students as the next line item. Is Daniel here? Um, Daniel or Success, is any one of you here? Okay. So the president is not yet here. So I will just go on to introduce our first speaker, Simi. Hello, Simi, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, I'll just go on to read your bio. Please give me 1 minute. It's taking time for my drive to load. But while we're waiting for that to come up, please, if you're on the call, please share your name and where you're joining in from. Tell us your name and where you're joining in from and what you look forward to gaining today. What do you intend to gain today from our speakers? And when you saw the speakers' details, were you excited to be part? So tell us your name and where you're joining in from and your expectation for the summit today. I don't see our chat. Let's engage. Let's engage so we make the session really exciting. Your name and where you're joining in from. And we'll be giving out free books today, 5 copies of free books that was donated by the author, Efe, to support young professionals practicing public relations, to guide you on how to start your career and build a successful public relations career. Please, let's engage. Let's engage. Where are we joining in from, and what do we look forward to seeing today from our speakers? Hello, Esther from Unilag. Hello, Michaela. Thank you so much for joining in. It's so great to have you on the. Oh, Moturayo joining from Unilag. Thank you so much for joining in. We're really excited to have you joining. So yes, we can keep that coming in. Our first speaker is Similoluwa Fayanju. She is a communications professional with experience spanning strategic communications, public relations, media, and digital marketing. She's currently the media and advocacy assistant at NDLEA. She also works with Precious Stone, where she supports public awareness and strategic initiative. Prior to this, Simi Oluwa worked in political communications at Seven Blues Media, leading communication strategies, brand positioning, stakeholder engagement for political and corporate clients. She has also gained newsroom experience with Arise News and has contributed to healthcare communications through Airbridge HQ. She's particularly interested in public relations, reputation management, personal branding, and the evolving role of digital media in shaping public relations. Please join me and welcome Simi Olua as she come on stage to share with us from her experience and her expertise today. Let's give our online emoji. Let's clap, let's clap, let's clap.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to grace this stage. I'm excited to join you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to. Is there a need for me to share my slides, or I can just keep on talking?
Please share your slides so we can also listen to you and visualize what you're saying to us. I've made you
Okay.
co-host.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, this is my slide. What I wish I knew as an undergraduate. So to start off, I love to say this story of how I got interested in PR. When I was in, I think, 100 level in mass communication, I studied in Adekunle Ajasin University. And we're told that when we're in 300 level, we have to pick between print, broadcast, and PR. And of course, I've seen the outcome of PR. I've seen the outcome of print. I've seen the outcome of broadcasting. But I don't know much about PR. as at when I was in 100 level. But I watched one movie, one K-drama, that was Shooting Stars. I don't know if anyone has watched the movie, but that movie gave me an insight of what PR looks like in the real world. So now I'm going to talk about my own experience from PR. One thing I've noticed, the very major thing, PR in classroom PR is quite different from the real, like the real world PR in different sense. In my school, the way I was trained, it was like they're teaching you international PR, and crisis communication was part of one thing my lecturer told me. But my lecturer did not say this is crisis communication. She just gave an insight that, okay, what if you are working with a company and there was a case of someone died from the Indomie in Malawi? How can you work? It was not crisis. She was talking about crisis communication, but she did not explicitly say it is crisis communication. So that is how it's quite different from classroom PR, from the way I was taught. And one thing I faced when I left uni was picking side, agency or the brand side. I think I took to my LinkedIn page then and I asked, I was in one PR group and I asked, which side will you prefer an undergraduate to go to, agency or brand side? I, on the other end, I've been on the brand side. It was like last year that I moved close to the agency side. Like I had like a year experience. But I'm going to say for an undergraduate, if you are to do your internship, it is preferable you go to the agency side to get like a lot of experience. It's agency is going to show you your strength and your weakness. You are going to work with different brands. You are going to work with different agents, you can work with the FCMG, you can work with tech, with agency, you will be diverse. And agency deals with speed. While I was working with the agency, I was handling I was handling political communication and I was also handling an FCMG brand at the same time. So my head was all over the place. But I still prefer agency for an undergraduate. I have friends that are working with agency, and I mean I get to know more about agency from they give me some of their projects to look at, and I'm like, okay, this is how you go about it, this is how you go about it. And one thing I want you to know, what you have been taught in school is actually needed. It is not, you are going to need it, but you need to learn more. You need to you need to build more by yourself. I have this opinion that university is not to teach you what you don't know. What universities teach you, okay, this is it. But you yourself, you need to learn by yourself. You need to learn on the job. That is what I've learned about PR. What you've learned in school is just a step. You need to build yourself more in this part. So now, if we should look at it, if don't let me say, I said that everybody should go to the agency side if you're opportune. So what happened if this is life? You fall on the brand side like I did. I felt I was more on the brand side. It means you have to train your eyes. I'm going to get to that, to the other side. So this my other slide shows the agency or the brand side, and this is talking about personalize or perish. In school, we were taught what we were taught is write press release. You are going to write press release. You are going to write press mention. You are going to write pitch. Some teachers, my lecturer just said it like, okay, this is what you are going to do. They did not even teach me how to write speech. I just googled it on my own and learned how to write it. And one thing I realized, that if you are writing pitch, you can You are writing pitch to journalists to get mentioned and all. I worked in an Arise News and I know what journalists are. I was beside the producer of the morning show one morning and he was like, look at this message from a PR company. I'm not going to answer them. That was what he said. Because whatever the person said was not interesting to him. And that was it. So, and this part of you getting journalists to include whatever your brand needs in their news, one, you have to ensure that you do your homework. And one thing I want to say with this journalist part is it also implies when you want to get your internship. Nowadays, they'll say if you want to get your internship, browse the company, then you write code email. I can show you my email. I've written to a lot of agencies and I'm getting ignored. But one thing I will advise you to do your homework. Most of these agencies, most of these brands, they have this website. You can go deep and see who their HR is. Go to the person's LinkedIn. Try to look at what they are doing. Then send an email. Send a code DM to their page on LinkedIn. And for journalists, if you want journalists to come to talk about your mention, I'm prefer that you and the journalists, you're on a personal level. And if you're not on a personal level, if you don't know the journalist that needs to be there, you don't know the person one-on-one, you need to do your homework, do a deep research on, oh, this is what this person loves to talk about, this is what they do, and you have to catch them. Journalists are extremely busy, reporters are extremely busy, they have a lot on their plates, they're extremely busy. So you have to catch them and give them what you want them to talk about. I worked with Arise News, and one of them told me, a producer was like, if a reporter is going to a show, I went to a meeting for, I've forgotten, data communication, something. All what they needed was the letter they sent to get their news from it. So now, if you're a PR, you are working in PR, you want to tell a journalist to come to your show, most time what you want the journalist to talk about, let it be in your introduction page. Because that is what most of them need. Or you just say it in the first paragraph of your speech. You tell your chairman, sir, please, if you want this particular thing, say it first. They work on different things. So these are the different things they did not teach me in school that I learned on the job. So this one, your network beats your GPA. I think a lot of us have been hearing that. Fine, good grades are great. It is best for you to leave school with second class upper or first class. Don't allow anybody to tell you that, okay, don't do this, school na scam. No, you need to have good grades, but also combine that with good relationship. How can you get a real relationship? Well, nowadays we all have our social media accounts and all. I think I was on Twitter one day and I saw a lady, she gave a review of copywriting. And from the way she said it, it was like, oh, she knows a lot about copywriting. And what did I do? I messaged her. I was like, sorry, please, I saw your hard work and this and that. I want you to be my mentor and something. I think she claimed me with Red Brick PR just for the fact that I just entered her DM. Don't be shy when it comes to making waves. When you have good grades, when you know what you want to do, you have to make good connection. You have to make good relationship. You have to go out of your way. Be intentional with your growth. That is what I want to say. Be intentional with your growth. As you are studying while in school, try to build good relationship. One thing I did not do when I was in uni, I think I opened my LinkedIn page when I was in uni and I did not post. How I wish when I was in uni, I was posting regularly on my LinkedIn page. But now I can't put, I do post once in a while, but I've got so busy to even update my LinkedIn page. But I will advise you, post on your LinkedIn page. I did not used to post on my LinkedIn page. Someone messaged me on my LinkedIn that, sorry, please, can you come and work for my company, this and that? But location could not allow me to go. And I was wondering, how many posts is on my LinkedIn page? Just few posts, and I could get this. Now, don't allow anyone to tell you LinkedIn is overhyped or this and that. If you are posting real content, don't do as if you know it all. Sometimes you can even do as if you know it all, but post on your LinkedIn page. That is what I did not do, but I later did at the end of the day when I left uni. At least it has helped me. So for my next slide about PR that I've noticed is your idea is not new. When you are working with PR agency, you are working with a lot of teams. You are competing with a lot of agency, and your idea has been in different variation. Someone else has that kind of idea, but they just put it in a different way. Why do you want your own idea to click for what you want for the client? One, you have to make it very, very fast. You have to make it trendy. That is where we have Instagram. On Instagram, on TikTok, we are seeing we all know Fuka Kindele. Fuka Kindele has been posting different content about her PR. If you study her page very well as a PR student, you will know when Fuka Kindele is doing advertising and you know when she's doing PR. What Fuka Kindele is doing today is not new, but she made it. She did it first. She's fast with it, and she makes her own PR more trendy. So if you are in PR, you have to be very, very fast, and you have to be extremely creative with your idea. Just be fast with it. Make good use of your AI. A lot of people used to say AI can take the place of PR and everything. And I'm going to say that is a lie. Will I say it's a lie? It's incorrect, because AI lacks human psychology, and sometimes in PR you need human psychology to print your to give out your idea. We are humans. AI is not human. You are the one that know what is wrong with this group of people. You are the one that know what is wrong with this community of people, and you can give your AI human prompts. Don't allow your AI to lead you. Lead your AI. Do you understand my points? Don't allow your AI to lead you. You lead your AI that this is what I want. Don't give me the idea. This is the idea I want you. This is the idea. This is what I've noticed with this group of people. And I want you to do it this way for me. People are going to come to the office and you're like, okay, you guys give me ideas and all and all. And some people will give their ideas that like AI generated, and you know it is obvious. But your own idea can be AI generated, but it is going to be different in a way that it is your number one, it is your own idea. You are perfecting it in a human way. You want your own to be fast, you want your own to be trendy, but you will use AI to make it more reasonable. If you understand my point, I think that is well explained. And also, clips means nothing. In this world, I like, okay, just in PR, just ensure that this newspaper carries my news. You see a lot of channels are taking it, this and that, and if they do not have impact, it means, I feel like it means they will not be happy with you. Working with someone that has work one-on-one with a politician, like he wants people to talk about him on the media and all, and we did. But at first, they talked on the radio, but yet it is not having impact. It is not changing. It's so whatever you do, ensure that what you are doing matters more in for the business. Matters more for the business. It's not about having the media mention. It's not about, okay, this newspaper has taken this newspaper has taken it. It is about knowing deep down that, okay, this thing you've done has made a change or has made a move for this person, for this business. And also, I want to say you are your own PR, and I will say that entry level PR pays little and demand a lot. Nobody's going to build your career for you. That is one thing I noticed in Nigeria today. If you're entering the agency can pay you little, but I will say you don't look at the pay at some stage in your life. Like if you are doing your internship, sometimes you have to do something just to gain skills and ensure that the skills you are gaining are transferable skills. You have to you have to look beyond payments for some stage in your life. That is my own advice for you. And you have to create your own opportunity. Don't wait for one person to hand it to you. One thing I did not know when I was in school was that those my class projects, my school projects were unnecessary. While I was in school, they gave me a project to work for SOSA, to work for Ever Waters, work for Ankara brands and everything. Now I've forgotten. I know what I did, but I don't have the documents again. I could have turned those projects into portfolio, but I did not. And that is one thing I will advise you. Try to work on it personally. Create your own opportunity. Create your own idea. Build it. Okay, let me give you an instance. This brand, Erisco Food, had a food scandal around 2023. If I was a I was a PR student then, and one thing I was doing in my brain was as I assume myself being in a position of a PR manager, like what will I have done? In that situation, if you see a PR crisis as a PR student, you can imagine yourself that what will you have done if you were in this company's shoes? Then you work on it and build a portfolio. It is not compulsory your portfolio is what you did in school or the project you've paid to do. Your portfolio can comprise of things you just sat down, case studies. Let me just say that your portfolio can contain case studies. So work on case studies, put them on your portfolio, make it look, you know what you are doing. Don't worry, you are going to learn on the job. Nobody is perfect. And you need to build good communications with your colleague. I, on the other hand, I thought I knew more about social media managing till I met a friend in an agency and she taught me a lot of things. Try to ask for help from your friends. Try to be intentional about your growth. I can't emphasize this. Be intentional about your growth. And yeah, this part, the PR books worth your time. One thing I did not know in school was that apart from the this project with a PDF that they give us in school, you need to learn more. How can you learn more? Read books. In fact, there can be specific books that you need to read. These are three books that I love, especially crisis communication. This book gave me an insight on how to handle crisis communication, and that helped me in NDLE. In NDLE, it deals with you have crisis and all, and you need to know who is going to the right person that is going to speak on your crisis for you in an agency. Read books that are surrounding your niche. Building a strong brand, it teaches you about how to clarify a message for the right audience. I started reading this book last year when I left university. And I was like, assuming I've read this book while I was in school, some of the things in school will have made more sense to me. And maybe I would have even done some of my school projects better. But voila, it's never too late. I read this book and I'm still using it in my day-to-day career. I still have a knowledge. This crisis communication teaches you extremely everything you need to know for a brand, the kind of reputation you need to build, how you can manage the reputation. It's going to explain to you about, it's going to give you insights of different brands, how they handle their reputation, of the airplane, air hostess, um, drinking, communication, and oh, that is what this crisis communication book is going to teach you. I will love you if you can read PR books. Sometimes make good use of your AI. Tell your AI to refer books to you. If there is a part of PR you do not understand, okay, we are talking about crisis communication, you're talking about reputation, tell AI, give me books that or journals that they've addressed this issue. Then you read on it while in school. Even when you leave school, keep on reading books. I think that was one thing I did not know. I I I came late into the journey of reading books, but I will advise you to read books. Not all the time the romantic one. It's also needed. Sometimes we need to shift a little bit, but sometimes read industry-based books. It will help you. And one thing I used to say is PR is everywhere. Number one, train your PR eyes once you see it. If you are if you are looking at movie and TV, you should look at it with a PR eyes. That is why, like, you don't see Fukankidele's movie and start criticizing and start looking at, oh, this one she's here to dance. Sometimes think about what were the team, the creative team, what was their thought process. Compare. Okay, this is what Fukakidele did to do this. Compare what's the name of this romantic movie that is trending right now. Compare movies. How just when you compare the movie, I'm not comparing that. Okay, this movie is good. Compare. Think about what was their thought process. How did they come about this? That is where you make good use of your AI in place. You are not just looking at PA. You are not just looking at what is on the social media today to, like, okay, just get the information. You use your previous use those things to train yourself. We have brands, like I said, Erisco Food. You saw a PR crisis, you saw how things people were talking about it. You yourself put yourself in that situation. How can I help this brand if I was a PR a manager too? When you think about it, also write it down. This will help you when you are in an actual work, when that kind of thing happened to you, or when something similar happened to you. Politics. I did not know I was going to work with a politician. I did not know. But one thing I know was, like, I've seen something like that happen to someone before, and this was what people were saying, and this was the things they used to revert back. Train your PR eyes. That's what I'm going to say. You are on social media, you are seeing how brands are. Okay, let me mention this brand to you. I think everybody knows this popular, the pepper soup, this ramen pepper soup. The brand is having scandals like, oh, too much crowd, this and that, and that, and that, and that. If you should go to that girl's page today, you can see that the owner of the brand is she's making good use of the PR strategy that she has. She's not being offensive, she's not being defensive about it, like, oh no, you people cannot just come to my brand social media and do this. This is what, and she has done a lot of things to, like, ensure that our brand still maintain a good reputation. I am going to go to that brand to go and hit. Not even because of the fact that I'm craving for the pepper soup, but because I just felt like, oh, this person is really genuine about their brand and she knows what she's doing. She cares about their customer. So if I was to work with a boba cafe one day and that kind of thing happen, you will know what to do, because what you've seen it before. Even when you are not in an agency, you are just in school. So these are the little things you can use to train yourself before you get into the real world. And everyday businesses, PR is everywhere. Even you yourself, you are your own PR. You are walking into a place. You want people to perceive you. How do you want people to perceive you? It is the way you are going to conduct yourself. That is how PR works. You are building you are building your own reputation. So the same way it applies to yourself, it also applies to businesses. Just ensure that everything, when you are looking at things now, you are looking at it that, oh, if I was the one in this situation, what will I have done? This is what this brand did. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for myself. And yeah, so what you can do today, I will advise you to build your LinkedIn page. I really feel that don't allow, a lot of people will say LinkedIn is oversaturated. People on LinkedIn just lie, but I still feel make it, just post on your LinkedIn page. You don't know where opportunities coming from. You don't know where anything is coming from. Just build your LinkedIn page. Volunteer. I did not volunteer when I was in school. But and I think some people are in Lagos, and Lagos is a very busy place, a business place. Tend to volunteer just to get an insight of what it is. Of it's not just you wait for your internship. Get to know, okay, this is how they do it. This is how things are done. And when you are doing things, don't when you are in a situation that, okay, let me tell you this story. When I was in Arise News, I did my internship in Arise News, and I was like, this is not PR. But at the back of my head, I was looking at, oh, this is what PR people, officials need to do. Or this is how they did it to get to this place. So wherever you are that you find yourself, try to relate it with your growth. That's what, be intentional about your growth. And you can follow your PR professionals on your social media page, follow them on their LinkedIn page, follow them on their Instagram page. You will see internship roles there. Red Week PR, they post a lot. Red Africa, follow them on their Instagram page, follow them on their LinkedIn page. They tend to post more opportunity than you before you start. By the time you start seeing it on another person's page, is already late. Sometimes I can just go to Instagram and I just post like 2 minutes and or just follow them, and don't wait for opportunity. Sometimes just prepare your CV when you are in school. Start preparing your CV when you are in school. You can message and be like, sorry, please, I just want an internship. I just want to volunteer. Build your own knowledge. Don't wait for school. School is just by the way. You still have a long life to live, and turn your class project into portfolio. I was just talking to my friend one day and I was like, oh, Vera, we did this thing. Do you remember when we did this? I was like, this thing is crisis communication. And I did not know until when my friend was telling, or when me and my friend were discussing that what my lecturer was trying to explain to me was crisis communication. And we did a good project on how, if we're in that situation, what will we have done? I can't remember what we did then. But that's why I wish I knew. I would just turn everything to a portfolio for myself. Very easy. So right now, just any projects you are doing in school that relate with PL, try to turn it to portfolio. It makes it easier that you are not just when you leave school, you're not just coming that you don't know you don't have any experience. You've done school projects. There are experiences. You sat down with your group and you've collaborated, you've gone left and right. They are your experience. You just did not get paid for it. Turn it into project. You know something. Don't have the mindset that you are coming into the real world, you don't know anything. Like me, on the other hand, I said go for the agency. What if you not have the chance to go to the agency to get more experience and you fell under the brand side? You will use the little class project that you've worked on in school to build yourself, and you will also learn more on the job. And you have to learn from every opportunity. Like I said before, even the bad ones will teach you something. Even if when you are intentional, direct the way you view life now, direct the way you view things. If things are like this, pick the good from it, pick the good side from the bad thing, and turn it, okay, this is it, and this is what I will have done better, or this is what I'm going to do next, and just keep showing up. That is just it. And opportunity can be lying down in front of you and you might not know, but you have to be intentional with it. You have to be prayerful. You have to, and when you are in school, don't say I'm in school, I don't have experience. In fact, right from school, you can start applying for a job. I started applying for a job when I was still in school. I did not know much then, but I was like, no, the little I know, it's something, and I will still keep gaining, I will still keep learning about it. So don't limit yourself. Oh, I'm a student, there's no need for me to do this. No, start doing something, build your LinkedIn page, apply for that job. Don't And if you apply for a job, don't it doesn't mean that if you see another opportunity that won't take your time, you won't go for it, so that you'll be able to learn more. I will advise, don't limit yourself to the real world. Why? Because you are in school. The real world is the main deal. You are in school to just gain a little bit. I hope I was able to pass little little idea up there. Thank you so much. I have any question?
Yes, I do. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so I wanted to ask, you said we can use like school projects and everything to build a portfolio.
Yeah.
So how would you ask us to like structure it when adding it to our portfolio? Because for
Okay.
example, my the last project I did just like last week, we designed the message, it was message design, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like the group lead and everything, and I did like a lot. And it opened my eyes to see that, okay, I can do project management and I can actually design a message. So when putting it in a portfolio, if I want to do that in a portfolio, am I just creating like a document that is explaining everything that I've done, or like how do I structure it?
You have to, when you are doing portfolio, you are talking about yourself. Then I think in some slide you talk about the projects you've done. You can put a link of, oh, my laptop is dead, I will have showed you a portfolio design. We are going to, if you want to add that, okay, the projects you did, you are still going to do more projects. That particular project, you can design it on alone. Then you link it with your portfolio, that when somebody is looking at your portfolio, if they click on it, it is going to another page where you are talking about your projects. And I will advise, let your project be virtual. It is not, it doesn't necessarily mean you should put it in a document. Make it virtual, let them be able to read it, let them be able to see it, and make it short. People lives, the attention span is short. So try to pick the most important thing, and that is what I said. Make good use of your AI. Tell your AI, I worked on this project, I want to put it on my portfolio. This is how I want it to be. Break it down and make it easy for me. Do you understand? Mika.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Has she
you're
been able to
welcome.
answer your question? Do we have any more questions? Michaela, has she been able to answer your question?
Yes, yes, clearly. Thank you.
All right. Um, do we have any more questions? So someone is asking, can we get a template of
Okay.
a portfolio?
Sorry, right now my laptop is dead, but I will advise you go to Canva and just go to the template part, type portfolio on it. It will give you varieties of what portfolio you pick, the one you want. You can pay for some, but Canva is a best guide for you. And as a PR student, you have to be very, very familiar with Canva too. You have to know how to design. You are going to do presentation deck when you are in business. So you can go to Canva for that. And you can start designing by yourself. Don't make it perfect. As you are designing, your sense will tell you, okay, this one does not look good. Let me do it this way. Just keep designing until you get it. Go to Canva to get a portfolio template, please. Thank you.
All right, thank
You're
you. So,
welcome.
so I would just add to what our speaker said regarding portfolio. So when I started my career, I first did a training. And when we did the training, every week we work on a project. From the first week, it was research. The other week it was market insight. Then the other week it was interview. The next week it was writing pitch. The next one was pitch presentation. At the end of the training, what we did is I created a portfolio and then I highlighted all the projects that we worked on, the part that I played in the project. And this was part of what I used to secure my first job. So like she said, Canva is your best friend, and there's AI to connected to Canva that makes designing very easy. So you can go to Canva, a PR portfolio. It will give you samples, and you just have to edit. So you can start from the projects you've worked on in school. So for people now that are currently part of organizations or students' body, you're organizing programs, you are doing a plan, you are reaching out to sponsors. These are actual projects that you've worked on that you can put in your CV and your portfolio that gives you an edge. So I would say that if you're intentionally doing work, you might not say it's work experience, but these are actual work that will put you on a better pedestal when you're applying for a job. I just wanted to add that. Our speaker said a lot of things that were really apt. I don't know if everyone was taking notes, but she mentioned LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best way to sell yourself and to build your personal brand. I'm not capping and I'm not just exaggerating. People have gotten jobs from LinkedIn. People have reached out to CEO and founders on LinkedIn that I see what you're doing. Like she said, make your research, like make research. If I'm reaching out, for example, now to my organization, you make your research that this is what you do. And I will be bringing in XYZ value to the organization. They would pay attention to your DMs. Mind you, a lot of people are sending them this message. You should always put this question in mind. What makes my message different? What will make a CEO that's very busy, a founder that's very busy, pause and look at my message, say, oh, wow, this is really great. This person is brilliant. Let me call this person. And I will give you an example because I believe in practicality. There was someone that reached out to us that she wanted to volunteer with, which was to work with us. And her pitch was so captivating and was so touching. She shared the way she has been part of the school fellowship, where she was a vice president. They organized programs, they organized empowerment, and she also writes for the editorial team in her department. Like it was really compelling. And we brought her in, and she came in, and she was really hardworking. And she had to go for service after graduating, and she went for service. Now she works with Chain Reaction. I believe that a lot of us here in Nigeria knows Chain Reaction. She's currently working with them. It just goes to tell you that when you're able to sell the value that you bring to any organization, they will pay attention to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope everyone is on LinkedIn. Please, if you're on LinkedIn, connecting. Again, our speaker talked about network. Networking is very important. I know that most of you are in the same department, but please share your LinkedIn on the chat. Let's connect. Connect with our speakers, connect with ourselves. It is important that you're on LinkedIn and you build authentic connection so that beyond school, you develop a professional community or a professional network whereby you can reach out to them. If you're having difficulty, you can reach out to them. If you're seeking clarity, you can reach out to them if you're looking for a job or a placement. And you will just be shocked at the opportunities that you can get from your network. So let's give a round of applause to our speakers. Thank you. Thank you so much, Simi, for your time and for sharing so much insight and knowledge with us. And she's very correct. Real life and PR in the real life and in school is completely different. And you must be passionate and open to learning to be able to do great work. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause. I cannot see your online emoji to our speakers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And yes, are we dropping our LinkedIn handles? Our speakers, please drop your LinkedIn handles, our URL on the chat so that we can connect with each other. I will also connect with everyone on the call. Let's share it. And also for everyone that will be a winner of the book, we need you to also post on LinkedIn. So one of the criteria of being a winner of one of the copies of the book is that you are on LinkedIn, and when you get the book, you will make a post about the book. so that more people will know about the book and also appreciate the author of the book. So please drop your LinkedIn URL. Let's connect with ourselves. Let's connect with each other. And I believe that it will be great to connect with our speakers also. So if we don't have any more questions for our speakers, I would really love us to ask more questions because it's meant to be an interactive session and for you to learn. So we just had one question. So again, we're developing effective communication skills. If you have questions, please put it in the comment section or raise up your hand or just unmute the mic to speak. I believe so even if it's not relating to what the speaker spoke about, something that is bothering you or something that you're having difficulty understanding, you can also ask the question. Is anybody bold enough to ask a question? We need boldness. Boldness is one of the things you need in public relations because you need to present pitch. You need to present yourself because, like she said, you have to do your own PR for yourself. So do we have questions or would someone just want to share a feedback? Let's make the summit really interactive, please. Does anyone want to add?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All
Please go on.
right. Hello. Okay. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for organizing this summit. I've personally learned a lot from this call. So my question goes thus. It's always advised to students to do more, be more than a student, volunteer, take up jobs and all of that. But one big reality is that being a student is already a lot. Like it's already such a draining experience to go through. So like now going out of your way to learn these things and be more than a student will require so much more. And even sometimes for some people, their academics end up suffering. So my question is, what advice do you have concerning this for students that would want to venture out and do more, but just feel like they are limited in the space that they are in?
Thank you so much, Success. I understand what you're saying, but I will not tell you to put more pressure on yourself like when you're a student, like, oh, you have to do more than a student. No, you are a student first. That is the phrase you are facing right now. You are a student. Then when you will need to do some other things, like you need to get a job, you can tell your agency you are a student and you will prefer a remote job. When I was in school, I was working, and I would wake up in the middle of the night to design a social media account for a business. Then it still did not take away the fact that I need to read. You have to balance it up. Don't give your in to agency. You just need to get little experience. Don't just be in school and say, okay, this is what I've learned in school and that was it. You can get a remote job. Even if a business tell you, please, we want an on-site, you can message and be like, sorry, please, I would love it because of my remote. I need it to be remote. I need to work from home. Or if at all, can, if you want to do it hybrid, tell them these are the only available time you can work. And if they are not good with it, let it go. It is not your own. Don't over, I don't know the word to use. Be a student first. Experience is just by the way. Do you understand? Don't just make everything all about experience and forget your school. You have to be in school. You have to get your good grades, because good grades is going to be like, it's going to be number one at the end of it. Then experience will just push you more. Do you understand me, success? So don't tell yourself, oh, you have to, oh, I have a job. You are putting your job first before your school. No, you have to do your school first, then you just add. In fact, I was in school and people did not know I was working because it is midnight. I used to work. I would just do my thing and I would drop it when they drop their review. I'm working then maybe when I'm in school, I'm using my brain and even I'm in class, I'm using my brain to, okay, this is what is going to work for this brand. When I get home, this is what I'm going to design. Does not mean I'm not listening to what my teacher is saying. Do you understand? I feel that is what you should do. Do you understand? Did I answer your question, Success?
Yes, yes, you did. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I will also add as someone that has supervised an intern. So, like she said, it is important that you state your terms, why you want to work with them. These are the times that you're available. So, for example, she shared that she has classes 3 times a week. She's only free Tuesdays and Thursdays for meetings if there was any meeting. But if task was given, she was given 48 hours to submit the tax. So again, it is important that you speak for yourself in a polite way, but you tell the organization, if you're working with the organization and they say, okay, Success, come on board as, for example, our social media manager. And they say you work every day or you have to come to the office. You can tell them that I can work remotely, I'll be able to deliver remotely. And for meetings, these are the days that I am available for meetings. Every organization knows that you're students and they will definitely support you by working with times that work for you. So I will also add that you must be able to communicate clearly that you're a student and these are the times that work for you. We hope we've been able to answer your question. All right, Success. Thank you so much for sharing. So someone is also asking, what are the challenges of public relations? This is the last question we'll take before we call up our next speaker. So, Simi, what are some of the challenges you faced as a public relations professional or practitioner?
Okay. I'm going to say too, what was, you said we made mention of meetings. Yeah, meeting. There was a time I was working with 3 different brands and they put their meeting 9 a.m. So that was like challenging, and there was one that needed face to face, and there are some that did not need that. So I how did I do that? Was I have to message the person. I'm like, please, can we shift it a bit to 9:30 and all that? And one thing I also face is when you are dealing with PR needs speed, and you have to be very fast. You don't allow people to tell your story, your narrative by yourself. Like now we are in NDLE and people are telling, I've seen situations they'll be like, oh, this officer is doing this officer is doing that, and all. But as PR needs speed, you also need to get approval. An approval channel can be so long. Before you post something online, you need to get approval and you also need speed. So sometimes you have to balance everything up, that you have to get, like, you have to be very close to someone that can give you that direct approval that, okay, yes, I need to post this. These are the little challenges you have. And also one is you are going to get a lot of no. You are going to bring your best idea, you design it, and you present it to the brand and everything. I'll be like, no, I don't like this. This is not my. In fact, you'll go and create content for them. I'll be like, this content, I don't like it. You have to do it again. You have to be able to take no. You have to be able to take uh you have to be able to look at reason like the brand person, like, oh, what is in this person's brain, what do they want? And one thing I used to use is sometimes the kind of content you have to create has to resonate with the brand owner personality, because their personality sometimes affects their brand itself. So if you are working for a coffee shop, you're handling their business, and the brand owner is a shoot person, and you've gone to create a content that is ras, they'll tell you no. But even if you create something that still resonates, they'll still tell you no, that I don't want this, I want it this way. Just ensure you balance it up. And you see, that sometimes you still have to tell them, I don't think this idea will work this way. And whatever you have to do, you have to be polite in telling them. You have to be honest too. You have to be real with them. And you have to be able to take feedback. Don't, if they tell you no, don't, oh my God, what is this and everything. Just shift back and try to resonate with their thinking and give them what they want and what is suitable. Not just what they want and what is suitable for the brand or for the organization. Yeah, I hope I answered that question.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Simi, please, you also share with us how you are getting plenty jobs like this. So you said you were doing 3 jobs per time. Please, you need to share with the students because I know they need side income.
My friend used to say maybe I'm lucky on that part.
But I
Because she
think
would
there's
like
a
to say,
strategy.
"Mom,
You can share the strategy with us. Then I will share with the students on the
oh,
group because we have a group.
okay, I really don't have much strategy. But one thing I do is when I'm on my Twitter, I'm not just looking at my Twitter page as I'm just looking at Twitter page as just something I just get information. I got my first dollar paying job on Twitter. I don't even know how I did it, but I just remember that I think I saw someone posted something, job this, and I sent an email. That was what I did. And I was paying in dollars way 2022 or 2023. And you can sometimes you have to follow HR that posts job. Sometimes you have to go to your Twitter, go to your LinkedIn page, type PR intern job. Go to Google, type PR intern job. They will bring it out for you. Different brands have different way of putting um their own application out there. So you can just wake up one day, go to Instagram, type this. And Instagram does this thing that if you type it, if you search for something, Instagram will keep on giving you more review, more giving you more job. It's just going to pop up on like other app. Instagram does that better. If you type okay, PR internship job or application, you are going to get it. And one thing is talk to your friend. Yes, I think I joined an agency because I was just my friend. I was like, just come and help me to work with this team and everything, and that was it. And LinkedIn, type on your LinkedIn PR job internship. They are going to bring offers for you. Some it's not in your country. Just shoot a shot. Go to Facebook, make good use of the social media app, go to Google, try it, talk to friends. You don't know, maybe, and also sometimes pitch yourself. If you're having, oh, okay, you hear that this and this and that, they might not even need a PR. You can tell the person, oh, do you know I can do this for you? Do you know I can do this for you? You are also learning on the job. You are also getting paid. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, just give me this small money. Just give me that small. Let me just help you to do it. That is how I think I've gotten some of the job that I did.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So we have a lot of questions. Please, we'll take the questions after the second speaker, just so we are on track and we're on time. Please, Sheriff, we'll take your question first, after the second speaker. I just wanted to add that. Thank you, Sheriff. For our second speaker, her name is Nur Asfia, and Nur is a communication researcher and strategic communication consultant from Indonesia, currently working as a junior consultant at Markathing, Indonesia. Her professional experience spans strategic communication, public relations, and communication research. Throughout her career, she has contributed to communication projects for a wide range of organizations, including private companies, Indonesian state-owned enterprise, and government institutions. Originally from rural Borneo, Noah moved to Java Island at the age of 14 in pursuit of a better educational opportunities. Her academic and professional journey has shaped her passion for bridging research with industry practice. As both a practitioner and researcher, she's committed to translating communication theory into practical strategies that create meaningful impact for organizations and communities. No, we are very excited to have you. And we're bringing you on board because we believe global opportunities is very important for professionals in Africa. So thank you so much again. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much. I will share my PPT first. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to Public Relations Women Foundations and the University of Lagos for inviting me to speak today. It is truly an honor to be here. My name is Nur Asfia, and I'm currently working as a junior PR consultant at Markathing Indonesia. So, I know that we are separate thousands of kilometers, but I know we are loved with something. It's public relations. So, let's begin. I know you guys didn't know who am I, so before I tell my story, let me introduce myself. I graduated from Ahmad Dahlan University in Indonesia in 2025 with a degree in communications. Today, I work as junior PR consultant at Markathing Indonesia, but my career didn't begin after graduations. It actually started in 2018 when I was still a vocational high school student. I was working as an event organizer, and then in university, I worked part-time as a social media specialist. Every experience taught me something different, and all those experience come together, prepared me for consulting. Well, if you only look at my CV, maybe you think everything seems to make sense now. But guys, real life isn't like a CV. A CV only show the destinations. It doesn't show the confusion, the rejections, or when the night you think you are not good enough. So I will start share my story. My story began in Indonesia. Indonesia was a country with a lot of island. I thought there are 17,000 islands in Indonesia. It's beautiful, it's rich in culture, rich in language, rich in diversity, but we also face one important challenge. Access to education is not equal everywhere. I was born in Borneo Island, but when I was 14 years old, I had to leave my hometown and move to another island to continue my educations. It was my 14 years old, leaving my family and my friends, and then completely moving to different place, trying to adapt while still trying to understand myself. At that age, I thought it was the harder challenge would be living far away from home, but the harder challenge was discovering who I really want to become. After moving, I enrolled in a vocational high school, but unfortunately, I chose the wrong major because I had done enough research. I simply follow what other people suggest. Every morning, I went to class feeling like I didn't belong. Have you ever experienced that feelings? Where you physically present but mentally questioning every decision you've made. I wonder there's a lot of you guys feels like me at that moment. For quite some times, I believe I had already read my future. But when I look back, I realize some things that sometimes choosing the wrong path is exactly what helps you discover the right one. So, because I felt lost, I started looking for something outside the classroom. I joined an extracurricular event organizer club. Honestly, I joined simply because I need a place where I felt alive again. I didn't know that decisions would completely change my life. I mean, like one day with my first mentor, we are talking about careers. He asked me, what do you actually enjoy doing and what kind of problem do you enjoy solving? That questions I couldn't answer at first. Little by little, I realized something that I am interested with people. I also asking why do people misunderstand each other? Why do some leaders inspire trust while others don't? And why can one message create panic while another message creates hope? At that moment, my mentor smiled and said about public relations professions. That professions was the first time I had ever heard those professions. So I thought that my mentor was simply help me understand myself and exactly what a good mentor does. So after graduating from vocational high school, I decided to study communications. Finally, I felt like I was where I belong. Um, During university, I tried to say yes to every opportunity. I joined organizations, volunteered, participate in competitions, do research, and there's a lot of people who's asked me, why are you doing so many activities? To be honest, I wasn't collecting certificates, but I don't care about that. I was collecting experiences because every experience taught me something in classroom don't. And in my second year, one lecturer gave us a consultant simulations. We had to analyze a company's problems, identify stakeholders, develop communication strategies, and present our recommendations. I remember walking out at that classroom thinking that this is very fun and challenging, and I think I can actually imagine myself doing this for a living. And then I took a subject called crisis communications. I learned a lot about real case. The more real case I studied, the more fascinated I became. I realized that communication isn't just about speaking. Communications protect reputations, rebuild trust, help organizations survive difficult moments, and a lot. That was the moment I fell in love with strategic communications. I eventually chose crisis communication as the topic of my undergraduate thesis. And while working on my thesis, I discovered someone who became my professional role model. I read his book, I follow his work, and every time I learned something from him, I became even more convinced. And I think I want to become a PR consultant like him. At that point, my dream finally had a name. But guys, when you're graduate, there's a lot of things who doesn't like your expectations. I felt excited, to be honest. For years, I had worked toward one goal, becoming a PR consultant. So I thought, now I have the degree, I have the passions, I've done many internship and part-time jobs. The next step should be easy. But reality had a different plan. When I started applying for consultant positions, I noticed something. Most companies were looking for experienced candidates. Some asked for 2 years of experience, some wanted 3, and even more. I remember asking myself at that moment, how can I gain experience if no one gives me the opportunity to start? Maybe some of you will experience this after graduations. You know what you want, you prepare yourself, but the opportunity doesn't come as quickly as you expected. I remember at first I felt frustrated. I questioned myself, am I not good enough? Or maybe I dreamed too big. Then one day I realized something, that the problem wasn't my dream. The problem was my strategy. Dreams are important, but dreams without actions remain dreams. So instead of waiting for opportunities to come to me, I decided to create the opportunities. This was the moment my mindset changed, guys. I stopped asking who will hire me and I start asking how can people discover me. So I rebuilt my LinkedIn profile. Mm, I also update my experiences. I create a portfolio. I wrote about the project I had worked on. I shared what I was learning. Step by step, my profile stopped looking like a student's profile. It started looking like a young professional. Then I began reaching out to PR practitioners across Indonesia. At first, to be honest, I was nervous. I thought, what if they ignore me? What if they think I'm bothering them? What if they think I'm weird? But then I remind myself the worst answer I could receive was no. And surprisingly, many people replied kindly. Some give me career advice, some recommends me books, some share stories about their own careers. One of those people was actually my role model that I mentioned you before, the person whose books I had been reading for years. I still remember how excited I was when I saw his reply, not because he offered me a job, guys, but because he treated me with kindness. That simple reply completely changed the way I viewed networking. I can see that networking isn't about collecting famous people, it's about building genuine relationships. One meaningful conversations can change your directions. So eventually one conversations led to another. And because of that, I finally met the person who is now my leader at Markathing Indonesia. He didn't hire me because I had the best GPA or because I had years of experience. He hired me because he saw my willingness to learn. So, looking back, my first consultant opportunity didn't come from a job website. It comes from a conversations. And that's why I will always tell to you guys, to all the students, your network isn't just about who you know, it's about who knows your character, your curiosity, and your potential. And finally, I received the opportunity I had been waiting for. I became a junior PR consultant at Markathing Indonesia. I was incredibly excited, but at the same time, I was terrified because everything became real. No more simulations, no more hypothetical case. These were real companies, real stakeholders, real reputations, real consequence. And as a consultant, we don't simply create communication materials. Our jobs start much earlier. We begin by listening, understand the client business, understand the real problems, mapping stakeholders, analyzing risk, and then we can recommend communication strategies. That was a completely different way of thinking. I quickly realized that being a consultant isn't about having all the answer. It's about asking the right questions. And since joining marketing, I've had the opportunity to work with private companies, state-owned enterprise, and government institutions. Every project was different. Every client had different challenges. Every meeting taught me something new. And honestly, that's one of the reasons I love consulting, because every day feels like solving a new puzzle. But also, I want to tell you something that people rarely talk about. My biggest challenge wasn't difficult clients, it wasn't tight deadlines, it wasn't presentations, it was my own mindset. I struggle with imposter syndrome. Maybe some of you have experienced this too. You achieve something, people congratulate you, but inside your mind, you keep thinking that I don't deserve this. I'm probably just lucky. Soon, everyone will realize I'm not good enough. That voice become louder every time I entered a meeting. It started affecting my work. I became afraid to speak, to ask questions, to make mistakes, and because of that, I made more mistakes. And then I received critics from both my clients and my leader. At that moment, I had two choices. I could continue feeling sorry for myself, or maybe I could start learning. And finally, one day I asked myself that what if this feedback isn't proof that I'm failing? What if This feedback is proof that someone, my leaders and my clients, believes that I can become better. That question changed everything. And from that day forward, I stopped trying to look perfect. Instead, I focused on becoming better than I was yesterday. As my confidence slowly grew, guys, something incredibly happened. One day, my leader assigned me to work on a project. At first, I didn't think much about it until I looked at the project team. I saw familiar name. It was my role model, this man, the same person his books I had read during university, the same person who had inspired me to become a consultant. And years earlier, I had been learning from him through books and social media. But now I was learning directly by working alongside him. Can you guys imagine? I still remember at that moment, I felt really, I cannot describe what's the feeling, but it's incredible. I thought that life is totally amazing because years before, I had only dreamed about becoming someone like him. But now I had the opportunity to collaborate with him. That experience taught me something I'll never forget. Sometimes dreams don't come true because we are lucky, but sometimes they come true because we continue showing up, learning, improving, meeting people, build a relationship, and staying patient. Well, at the beginning of my journey, I thought success would mean reaching a destination, but today I see success differently. Success isn't arriving because success is becoming the kind of person who is ready when the opportunity finally comes. Hmm, Looking back at everything I've shared today, I realized that my journey wasn't really about becoming a PR consultant. It was about becoming a better version of myself that I want to share for you. If I had to summarize everything into 3 lessons, these would be the ones I choose. First lessons, your mindset matters more than your starting points. Flashback, when I was 14 years old, I thought choosing the wrong major meant I had ruined my future. But I was wrong. Your starting point doesn't determine your destinations. Your mindset does. Skills can be learned, software can be learned, even communication skills can be improved. But curiosity and the willingness to keep learning, those are the qualities that will keep you growing throughout your career. Whenever I felt left behind, I remind myself of one simple sentences that I don't have to be the best today. I just have to be better than yesterday. And that mindset helped me keep moving forward. Second, growth happens outside your comfort zone. If I had stayed comfortable, I would never have moved away from home. I would never have joined the event organizer club. I would never have sent message to professional in Indonesia on LinkedIn. I would never have become a consultant. I can say that every important opportunity in my life started with something that scared me. And I can say that fear isn't always a sign to stop. Sometimes it's a sign that you are growing. So don't be afraid to feel uncomfortable because comfort rarely changes our lives. And the last one, people change career, but relationship builds career. This is probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned. Well, many people ask me, how did you become a consultant? I think they expect me to talk about grades, certificates, or technical skills. Of course, those things matter, but the opportunities that changed my career didn't come from certificates. They came from conversations, from mentors, from classmates, college, and people who believe in me before I believe in myself. So never underestimate the power of building genuine relationship, because people will forget your GPA, but they rarely forgot how you made them feel. Before I leave this stage, I like to share 5 pieces of advice. Disclaimer, it's not because I know everything, but because I wish someone had told me these things when I was a student. First, don't rush your career. I know that social media often make us compare ourselves with others. We see that someone becomes a manager at 24, or someone start a company at blah, blah, blah. Suddenly, we feel left behind, but remember, everyone has a different timeline, so focus on building your own. Second, build your personal brand before you need it. Your LinkedIn profile, your portfolio, the way you communicate online, they all introducing you before you walk into the interviewer room. Remember, start today, not after graduations. Third, find mentors. Mentors don't solve your problem, guys, but they help you see possibilities you can see. One conversations with the right mentor can completely change your directions. It certainly changed mine. And fourth, say yes to opportunity before you feel ready, because most of the opportunity that changed my life come before I felt confident enough. If I had waited until I felt completely prepared, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. Confidence doesn't come first. Actions comes first, and confidence will follow it. And finally, stay curious. Technology will continue to change. Artificial intelligence will continue to evolve. Communication platform will continue to change, but curiosity never becomes outdated. If you stay curious, you will never stop growing. Before I finish, I like to leave you with one final thought. When I was 14 years old, I believe my future had already been decided because I chose the wrong major. But today I realize something completely different. Your future isn't decided by one decision, because it's shaped by hundreds of small decisions. So choosing to learn, to ask questions, choosing to keep trying after rejection, choosing to reach out to people, choosing to believe in yourself even when you're not completely confident, because those small decisions quietly shape the person you become. If you're sitting here today feeling uncertain, if you're wondering whether you are not good enough or whether your dream is too big, I want you to remember this. You don't need to have everything, you only need enough courage to take the next step. Because one step becomes another and another until one day you will look back and realize you already built the career you once dreamed about. Although today I shared my journey, I believe the next inspired story in this room could be yours. Perhaps 5 years from now, one of you will be standing on a stage like this, sharing your own journey with students from another part of the world. And if that happens, I hope you will remember that every great career begins with a single decision. The decisions to keep moving forward. Thank you again to Public Relations Women Foundations and University of Lagos, also all of you, for making me feel so welcome. I would love to stay connected, so please feel free to reach out through my website, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Thank you, guys. I wish all of you very best future in a journey. So see you in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, let's give a round of applause to our speaker, online round of applause to our speaker. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a lot of insight. Please, let's round of applause to our speaker. Thank you so much. I hope we've learned a lot of things from our speaker. Do we have any question? So we are going to take the question that we have. So the first question is, as students, we are told to seek opportunities or shoot our shots. This person is saying, I've tried so many times. He has tried so many public relations agency as possible, but don't get replies. What do you think I'm not doing right? The person is asking, what do you think I'm not doing right? I'm reaching out to public relations agencies, founders, decision makers, but I don't get any response. He also said, what are the best ways to try it? And they don't reply mails or emails or any social media.
Okay, thank you for the question, Sheriff Osuniran. Well, as a student, also we need to try a lot of things and creatively. Don't try just one thing, one single thing. I mean, like try a lot of thing. Like maybe you can do a mini research about the company or about the funders, and then start the conversations not to sell your services, but to ask that you want to learn, that you are very dedicated with PR, you are want to learn a lot from this person because that way that I try, and a lot of people, I mean like some people answer my questions, but yeah, some people also rejections, give me rejections and not answering me. But I want you to remember, never give up. Always ask to another because maybe these persons don't answering you, but maybe other people will answer you.
All right, Sheriff, I would just add to that. So I would say that we're all in one box. For you that is looking for opportunities in public relations, and for someone like me that is looking to reach out to people, for example, reach out to lecturers, president of associations, women in public relations, for them to come on board for our initiatives. I will tell you from a personal experience, you don't want to believe the number of DMs and emails I send weekly or even monthly. At the end of the day, out of like 50 emails, you might get only one response, and the response might be a decline. So my answer to your question is, it's not a really easy process. It's a process that takes consistency and time. So, and again, you cannot give up just because some group of people do not respond to your message. Do not mean that you should not respond. Another thing again you can do is consider your strategy. So what point are you coming? Are you just saying, my name is Sheriff, I would love to work with your agency? I don't think that is a good starting point. I will just give you from my own experience is, for example, if you want to reach out to PRWF, that is the Public Relations Women Foundation, that you want to volunteer or intern, you will first of all do your research for this organization. And then when you see a gap, you come in, you can share ideas first, like this. I believe that we need more women to take leadership position in this. According to this study, they've done these policies in place, and it has helped the number of women in leadership position. I would love to contribute to this cause, and I would love to be part of the organization driving the change for women leadership in public relations and communications. Um, Please, I would like to get your email so I can share my CV and portfolio with you, just to for you to know more about me and opening to having a conversation. What I'm saying is that you're coming from a point of value, not like the masses that just want to get something. Also, another way to do it is, yes, like I said before, a lot of people are sending them messages, and it can be overwhelming. They don't respond to people they're not familiar with. Another way is to attend events. I believe that Dania attends a lot of events. I also met Anna at an event. So I see that she attends a lot of events and she's doing great work. you see that when these people attend the event, what do? They don't just go to the event. You see them, they network, they get contact details, they reach out. Just imagine, even if you don't get their contact details, let me say, for example, you meet a Bookie Josh Taylor at an event. You just introduce yourself and you can beat her eye. You don't say anything. What do? It's like when you're doing sales. Sales as funnel from introduction to information to educating or entertaining, then before you actually do your main sales. So, for example, you meet a Bookie Josh Taylor at an event. You introduce yourself. Ma, I love the great work that you're doing with what's our agency against Bookie Josh Taylor is with Tyler Media. Robert Tyler Media. So I love the work that you're doing with Robert Tyler Media and the way you are empowering the industry, man. I love your work. I'm a great admirer of your work. You're my muse. Like, boboing is part of the process, but you leave an impression on her. You're not asking for email or anything. You just leave an impression. And then she will post about the event that she attended. You too, you go to a comment and you say, "Hello, ma, I met you at the event and I introduced myself. Well done, well done. This post is really insightful." Just imagine you anytime she posts, you do like 2 or 3 comments. When you go to her DM, I promise you, she will notice you. I'm not going to. So it's a long process that is really stressful. I'm telling you from, if you're ready to put in the work, I'm going to tell you, when they're giving someone, I say, if you do this and this, I tell you that in the next end, you get results. I'm telling you from experience, you will get results. Because just imagine you've been commenting, sharing your own insight from the things she has posted. If you send her a DM, Sharif, she would respond because it is human psychology. When you make people feel important, they will notice you. It is that simple. And it is one strategy. So I'm reaching out to a woman, she's not responding. I mean, too, I will closely follow up with her. When she posts something, I will comment. When she posts something, me too, I will share my thoughts. When I send her a message to follow up, most of the time they would respond, "Oh, I missed this message. Can we have a conversation about this?" What I'm saying is, do not just send cold messages or cold emails and then just walk away. Build your channel. Like for you now, if it is remotely, that is online, you want to build it remotely. If it's in-person event, if you start the conversation from in-person event, make sure that you follow up because you might not see her in the next month. But make sure you follow up, send her a connection, or if she doesn't accept the connection, you can also follow. When she makes a post, you see it on your timeline and you actively engage. You see that they would respond to you. I just wanted to share that from my own experience because I do a lot of cold emailing for speakers and for the programs that we are hosting, and for women we need to have an interview with. And these are strategies that work, but you must be willing to put in the work and be patient about it. Sheriff, I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, but I'm telling you from my own observation, again, people that have reached out to us, we get a lot of DMs. But what makes them stand out is the compelling message they've been able to craft. So, oh, this person took her time to make their own research about us. Do you get? They are commenting on the page post. They say, "Oh, that's really great." So that is how you build it. It's like, just think about it as sales. This time now you're selling yourself and you build the channel and you build the channel, you build it little by little until there's results. It is a hard process, it's not simple, but you will definitely see results. Um, I hope I've been able to answer your question, Sherif. Do I have any questions? Let me check the chat. Do I have any question? Does anyone want to ask their question? You can just go on and ask your question. So I would also want to ask.
I have a question.
Okay, please go on. Go on.
Okay, so first off, thank you so much for such insight. I really connected with this one. Um, I've been applying, like, I'm in school currently, my final year, and I've worked multiple jobs already. But I noticed that recently I started to feel fear because those jobs, like, they only allowed me do what I know, but I'm looking for like more challenging opportunities. But now that I'm looking for and I'm scouting, when I see, I kind of get scared and make excuses like, oh, the pay is not enough and all of that. When I know deep down It's because I'm scared of going into a new company that is not what I've been used to working for the past 1 to 2 years. So, and you talked about the imposter syndrome and how you don't have to be 100% ready before you um delve into an opportunity, because most opportunities come like when you're not ready. How do I fight with that thing? Because I know it's in the mind and there's no place I cannot adapt to. So how do I fight that thought, basically?
Thank you so much, Michaela, for your questions. I know there's a lot of you guys will experience imposter syndrome because I thought all of us will face this syndrome. So first thing that I do with myself, I'm not trying to fight with the syndrome, but I'm trying to understand that syndromes. Why I feel like that, why I always asking myself, why I always say that I'm not capable enough, why I'm always scared. And step by step, I realize that the mindset, your own mindset, it becomes the foundations, like the core thing that you need to change. Like because this syndrome will gone if your foundations, if you are already done with yourself and you always stop to doubting yourself. So I mean like maybe at first you can try to do like a self-talk with yourself, and then you can asking the what where the plot hole that makes you always scared about, and then start to know that maybe it's just your imaginations, it's just your hallucinations like that. Because what's the reality? Always understand that you are good enough, and if you were here, I mean like you already at that moment, at you get some responsibility from your leader or your boss, that's mean that they already believing with your potential. So why you always asking yourself, can you get my point?
I,
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.
yes, and I would add to that. Yes, the question is, why are you doubting yourself? So when you feel a certain way that you might not be able to do something, let's take it back. First of all, Michaela, you said you have some experiences. What type of experience do you have?
Okay, so I'm a social media manager and digital strategist. So I've worked with like brands in promoting their business, and I even like went through some challenges of because one was the tobacco page and they were losing their page and everything. So um please give me a second.
Okay, while I'm waiting for Michaela,
Okay,
please.
sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. So yes, and I lost the page and I was able to like create a structure for them where they were not using the page anymore, and I grew the Twitter to like 700 in like a month and everything. So I know that to an extent I am capable. However, it felt like um I wasn't doing the real thing, because like I wasn't really running ads and everything. And I'm like, okay, what if I go into a space where they're like, run a LinkedIn ad, run this ad, run that ad? Will I be able to give them the results? I'm working with a more professional, because most of all my jobs I've worked on it via referral, from my first job to the second to the third. it's via referral. So I'm like, me applying right now, applying to someone I don't know, someone that doesn't know me. I'm like, the expectations are way more because, referral, there's already that trust or that comfort knowing that, they're kind of like familiar. So I think, I don't know. So I'm just like doubting, like, were they okay with my results? Because, oh, okay, she's okay, I know her. They gave them like a background information. Oh, she's a student, she's this, she's that, so they were like more lenient. So what if I'm going into a company that have no history about me and it's just me and my work? How do I scale through that? So I think that's
Just
what
to
it has
confirm,
come.
Michaela the same as Anna?
No, no.
Okay, all right. So Michaela, I will just answer your question. Firstly, if people are referring you, you're doing a great work. So they're not being linear with you. If they are referring you, it's because you're doing a great work. And like Noah has said, I will also ask you this question. Every time you doubt yourself, ask yourself why. Because where you started from, that's not where you are today. And you keep on delivering results. That is proof that any work or any task you're giving, you can deliver more than enough results. And again, I always talk from a place of experience. So if you join an agency right now, let's say you join an agency, maybe a PR agency, and you join the agency, first of all, if you're just joining the agency, they will take you through their processes. And if they ask you to do something, you have team members that you can ask questions. And if the team members are behaving in a certain way, my sister, you have YouTube that will put you through. The LinkedIn ad that you're talking about is not difficult. Just sit down, go to YouTube. YouTube will teach you how to do LinkedIn app. Or is it Meta ads? If you download the business suite on your phone or even have the web version on your phone, it is very easy to do. These things, again, are not hard. Since you already have experience managing social media pages, art is not a big deal because I've done social media management too. I've done art. If you want to do art, just watch 2 or 3 videos on Facebook, depending on the objective of the art. It will tell you, it will guide you on how to create a campaign or an ad that is converting. What I'm saying to you is that you have a good work ethic. The first thing is you have good work ethics, meaning that if someone gives you a responsibility or a task, you get it done. Just know that you are the executor and you get the work done. If you keep on getting referrals, that again should tell you and suppress any thoughts or any words from your mind that is telling you, are you sure that you can do this? And in my career, the people that move higher are those people that they are very bold. They're not scared of anything. It's not that you're more intelligent than them or they are more intelligent than you. Even if they don't know, you will see that they take on challenges. They don't say no. You tell them, Michaela, can you run ads on LinkedIn? You say, yes, I can run ads on LinkedIn. Is it because have you done it before? No. But have you done other things and succeeded in the past? You have proof of work, proof of concept. I'm so big on proof of concept. If you've been successful in the past, mind you, failure is part of success. Please know this, that when you do something for the first time, you might fail. But just know that after that time, it gets better. So you have a lot of experience, digital strategy, because sitting down and coming up with a strategy for a page, not to lose followers, for the page to gain followers, that is strategy. So if you're working in a PR agency, they say they want to get more people, they want to meet actual people, they want more people to know about their brand. Though we are doing digital and non-digital, that is traditional media, you already have some level of experience that you can bring ideas. You have level of experience that I think if we do this, it will work out. So as you're on the call, as you're speaking, from the way you're speaking, from the experience that you have, I don't know you, but I believe that any task you are given and any organization you find yourself, you do brilliantly well. So every time any thought in your mind is all up in your mind. Anytime those thoughts in your mind tell you that I'm not sure you can do this thing, tell yourself that I'm going to do this and go all the way out. Just shut the thought down. Me too. I was to speak at a global event during the World PRD. Me, I was like, look at the set of speakers that we have for the World PRD event. And because I already know these things, every time you want to do something, you have these thoughts in your mind trying to shut it down. You too, you will shut that thought down. I'm going to do this. The people that are doing, they don't have to wait. If they can do it, I can definitely do it because I've done a lot of events in the past. I've moderated a lot of events in the past. And again, like you, I've gotten incredible feedback. I've also gotten referrals. It shows that I'm doing a great work. So every time those thoughts comes, they want to come, you shut them down because you tell them that, babe, I'm very good at what I do. So no other thought is going to bring you down. And imposter syndrome, it is women that used to talk about imposter syndrome. Go and check professional men. Most of them, they have fears. They don't call it imposter syndrome. They have fears, they match those fears and they triumph. Again, you will see people, it's not that they are very intelligent. What makes them stand out is even in the face of uncertainty, they keep moving forward and they are very consistent. So, Michaela, if you need anybody to tell you that you're doing a great work, I'm going to tell you that you're already doing a great work. And just imagine you're already building your portfolio. So any organization that employs you, they have an edge and that they're going to gain from your wealth of knowledge. So I will just stop at that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Do we have any more questions before we tell our speakers bye and we end the sessions for today? Yes, please, we share the feedback form. Please share your feedback with us on ways we can improve the summit better. And thank you so much, our speaker. She said she has a meeting. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, for the last thing on our agenda is giving out the 5 books. Yes, we're going to give out 5 books to students in Nigeria. The book is really interesting. Again, if you need how to start your career in public relations, so you are not just starting with an agency and you don't have ideas, this book will tell you how to do research, how to do media monitoring, how to mentally prepare yourself, how to intellectually prepare yourself, so that when you enter an agency, they are like, are you sure that this person just graduated from school? Because the weight of knowledge that you bring is very different. It is how to build a successful career in public relations in Nigeria. So our terms are very simple, and we're going to be giving 5 copies of this book. Number 1 is you must be on LinkedIn and you must post about the book. You will tag PRWF and you will tag the author of the book, Mrs. Efe Obiama. She donated copies of this book for us to give to students. So if you're interested in getting a copy of the book, the first 5 people to put their name and their LinkedIn handle will be winners of the 5 copies. So let's have your response, the first 5 people. On the comments, your name and your LinkedIn URL. Your name and your LinkedIn URL, please. The first 5 people on the chat. Yes, I have Obianuju, number 1. I have Sharif, number 2. Bang, bang, bang. 3 more space, 3 more space, 3 more books. Let's go. I didn't know people on this call. Or people want us to keep our books. Aha, I have Michelle, number 3. 2 more spots to go. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. Let's go. Let's go. We have 3 down, 2 more to go. Sabrina, the book is for Nigerians. Sabrina, how will I send the book to you? So it's in Nigeria. Sabrina, are you in Nigeria? So the problem would be sharing the book to you.
No, I am from Bangladesh.
Oh, okay. So we'll not be able to share the book to you. It's for Nigeria, so we can send the books to them.
You can send it to me through email.
It's hard copy.
Ha.
Yeah, it's hard copy. So let's go. We have 2 more slots. 2 more slots. 2 more slots to go. Don't we have people on the call? You don't want to win the book? We're almost done. We're almost done.
Hello,
Yeah. Are you speaking? You're breaking.
Yeah.
Okay, please go on. Please go on.
I said you need to.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my, you keep breaking. You wanted to say if she could be sent
Yeah.
via carrier?
Yes.
Okay, so the book is How to Build a Successful Career in Public Relations in Nigeria. Would you think that the peculiarities of our country too, does it apply to your country? I think we have our 5 people. Okay, thank you all so much. Yes, we have our 5 people. We have Abimbola, we have Shuku Funaya, we have Michelle, Sharif, and Obianuju. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for joining and staying to the end. Sabrina, I believe we'll continue the conversation via WhatsApp. I would message you via WhatsApp so we can continue the conversation, if that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Please enjoy the rest of your day and happy weekend.
Happy weekend.